Ugh, why is this not working?
Hey Bret, what are you working on here?
Oh, hey Abby. Well, everyone in my woodworking group got the plans to make this cool square, but things are not going well.
Can I take a look at those plans?
Sure.
Looks like the plan switches between units. All the steps here are in inches, but your step is in millimeters.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Good catch. But my tape measure is only in inches.
You know, I think we could build you a new tool with Python that'll save you and your woodworking friends some conversion time. I'll show you how. Python is one of the most popular programming languages and growing. It's well suited for a number of use cases, including web applications, machine learning, and big data. Cloud Run lets you use any runtime you want, making it easy to deploy Python in a serverless way. Cloud Run is also fully managed, meaning you don't have to worry about infrastructure scaling if your app starts getting a ton of traffic.
That sounds awesome, but do I have to change my code to deploy it on Cloud Run?
If you have an existing stateless Python app, all you need to do is add one file to deploy it to Cloud Run. No code changes needed. We like to use Flask for small applications like this because it's a lightweight framework that's easy to set up. Our Flask app has the basics: an HTML file where we create a form to get user input, a simple CSS file, and an app.py file where we set routes and define functions.
Okay, that looks exactly like web apps I've built before. What is that extra file that I need for Cloud Run?
That's the Docker file. This allows us to customize the runtime of our container to suit our needs exactly. Containers are a way to isolate your application to make it run the same no matter where it's deployed. When creating a Docker file, we first need to specify a base Docker image with the from command. This is where we set our Python runtime. The copy command adds files from your Docker client's current directory. The run command installs Flask and gUnicorn dependencies for our app. And finally, cmd is the command to start our application inside the container and bind it to a port. The app at the end means import our app from the app.py file.
All right, what if I want to use a different version of Python?
One of the advantages of Cloud Run is that you can run any Python version you want, as long as there is a base Docker image available for it. I can even use the newest version of Python, version 3.8 if I want to. Now that we have our Docker file, we can build our container with Cloud Build. This builds up our code along with everything we've added in our Docker file and pushes it to the container registry, a place to store container images. And finally, we deploy the app to Cloud Run. It only takes 2 commands to get this app out to the world. In our terminal, we first build the container using the builds command. And then we deploy the app using the container image we just built. If we check out the Cloud Run section of Google Cloud Console, we now see our app. If we click the app, we can see important info like metrics and the URL of our app. We can also redirect or split user traffic to previous deployments if we discover our new deployment has a breaking change.
Wow, this is great. Let me test it out. Okay, I think something is wrong. I'm being taken to an error page. How do I see what's going on?
That's where Stackdriver comes to the rescue. Everything that happens within this app is logged in Stackdriver, including errors. You can see the logs of our app from the Stackdriver-powered Metrics tab. I think this is showing a little too much info, though. The error reporting feature of Stackdriver only shows errors, filtering out all the other noise. Let's take a look.
Looks like a value error was triggered on line 17.
Oh no. I didn't account for submitting an empty string. Let's fix that, build, and deploy one more time. That should do the trick.
Awesome. Looks like it's now working. I'll be right back. I have a feeling I'm gonna need to cut this piece down just a little bit.
Whoa, that square is looking good.
Thanks. I cannot wait to show my woodworking group this app and my beautiful creation.
If you want to check out the code for this video, look in the description below. Until next time.